The wind howls through the valley, whipping against my jacket and nearly knocking me off my feet. I brace myself, digging my hiking boots into the rocky path, wondering if this is really how my day ends. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take it back to where the adventure truly began. Hey, it's Alex, and today we're tackling one of the world's wildest landscapes, Torres del Paine, in Chilean Patagonia. From staggering mountain peaks to untamed rivers, this journey was anything but predictable, and there's a twist you won't see coming. The adventure kicks off with an early start at the base of the towers, one of the park's most iconic viewpoints. It's a challenging climb, winding through dense forests, across rocky paths, and up steep inclines. Every step up feels like a battle against gravity and the notorious Patagonian winds. But when I finally reach the top, the jagged granite spires of the Torres rise dramatically, towering over a brilliant turquoise lagoon. It's like stepping into a landscape painting, the kind that leaves you standing in awe, wondering how nature could sculpt something so breathtaking. I take a moment to catch my breath, feeling the weight of the journey in my legs, and just as I start to relax, the wind picks up with a fierce gust. My hat is gone in seconds, cartwheeling into the distance, and I'm gripping my trekking poles like my life depends on it. Torres del Paine is never really shy about reminding you who's really in charge out here. Seeking more adventure, I head to Grey Glacier, a sprawling, icy giant that dominates the horizon. I hop on a small boat at Lago Grey, navigating a labyrinth of icebergs that float like blue sculptures in the water. The glacier itself looms ahead, a towering wall of ice that seems to glow with a light of its own. As we edge closer, I hear the deep, thunderous crack of ice calving. A chunk breaks off and crashes into the lake, sending waves rippling around us. It's like nature's own fireworks display, and I'm suddenly aware of how small I am in the face of such raw, untamed power. But the true heart of the adventure lies in the legendary W Trek, a multi-day journey that weaves through some of Torres del Paine's most breathtaking landscapes. The trail guides me into the French Valley, where hanging glaciers cling to rugged mountainsides and rivers wind through lush forests. As I navigate this vast, cinematic terrain, the sense of accomplishment grows with every step. I find a quiet spot by the river to rest, just as the distant rumble of an avalanche echoes off the cliffs. The valley pulses with life, constantly shifting and evolving, showing that this wilderness is as dynamic as it is beautiful. Craving something less intense, I take a detour to Laguna Azul, a quieter spot away from the main trails. Here, the towers reflect perfectly in the calm blue waters, creating a mirror image that feels almost too perfect to be real. I watch as guanacos graze lazily by the shore, their silhouettes framed against the striking Patagonian landscape. It's peaceful, serene, and almost dreamlike. Until dark clouds roll in, turning the sky into a moody canvas of grays. Raindrops start to fall, and the tranquil moment quickly becomes a race to find shelter. My journey continues to Sarmiento Lake, known for its distinctive white calcium formations along the shoreline. The lake is strikingly beautiful, but the sharp rocks make it a bit of a hazard zone. Each step feels precarious, and just when I think I've mastered the terrain, a rogue wind nearly sends me tumbling. Patagonia's weather is like a moody artist, constantly shifting, unpredictable, and never letting you get too comfortable. After a morning of hiking, I decide to change gears and explore the park in a way that locals have been doing for generations, on horseback. As I approach the stables, the scent of fresh hay and the sound of horses nickering set the stage for a different kind of adventure. I meet my guide, a seasoned gaucho who introduces me to my ride for the day, Canelo, a sturdy and calm horse with a coat the color of cinnamon. With a quick boost into the saddle, we set off, the rhythm of Canelo's steady trot guiding us through the rugged paths that weave through the opening plains of Torres del Paine. The landscape opens up, revealing sweeping views of the mountains and vast grasslands dotted with guanacos. Riding through this terrain feels like stepping back in time, and every hoofbeat connects me a little more deeply with the spirit of Patagonia. We soon arrive at Estancia Lazo, a historic ranch that seems frozen in a bygone era. The air is filled with the mouth-watering aroma of Cordero al Palo, lamb slow-cooked over an open flame. I dismount, feeling the warmth of the fire as the gauchos expertly turn the pit, the lamb sizzling and crackling in the flames. Before I know it, I'm sitting down to a meal that's more than just food. It's a piece of Patagonian culture served on a plate. The lamb is tender, smoky, and perfectly seasoned, each bite a delicious tribute to the traditions of this wild land. With the meal finished and Canelo resting back at the stables, I set off on foot to explore Pingo Valley, a quieter, less-known part of the park that feels miles away from the more crowded trails. The path is lush and serene, each turn revealing new surprises. Hanging glaciers that cling to distant peaks, cascading waterfalls that sparkle in the sunlight, and bursts of birdsong that fill the air. It's as if I've stumbled into a secret side of Torres del Paine, where every quiet step feels like a private conversation with the landscape. One of my favorite moments comes at Mirador Ferrier, a steep climb that rewards with jaw-dropping views of Grey Glacier, Lago Grey, and the sprawling Patagonian landscape. The ascent is tough, the kind that leaves your legs burning, but the payoff at the top is worth every step. The wind howls around me, fierce and relentless, and I can't help but feel a rush of adrenaline as I take in the panorama. This place doesn't just show you its beauty, it makes you earn it. At Dixon Valley, the adventure takes a quieter turn. It's one of the park's more remote corners, with stunning views of the Dixon Glacier and tranquil rivers winding through lush forests. The solitude is profound, broken only by the distant call of a bird or the splash of water against the rocks. Here, I find myself face to face with the raw, untamed spirit of Patagonia, where every moment feels like it could be the setting for a new story. With the day winding down, I hike to Mirador Condor, a high vantage point that offers sweeping views of the entire park. Standing on the ridge with the sun dipping below the mountains and casting long shadows across the valley, I feel a sense of triumph. Every climb, every stumble, every unexpected twist has led to this moment, standing at the edge of the world with nothing but nature's grandeur stretching out before me. But not everything in Torres del Paine is idyllic. On a kayak trip down the Paine River, I discover the hard way that the water here doesn't play nice. The currents are stronger than they look, and it doesn't take long before I'm paddling furiously just to keep my balance. It's a battle against the elements that leaves me soaked, exhausted, and grateful for solid ground when I finally make it back to shore. Finally, I make my way to Cueva del Millodon, a cave that once housed the remains of a prehistoric giant sloth. It's an eerie, fascinating place that adds a touch of ancient mystery to the trip. Walking through the dimly lit passages, I can almost imagine what it would have been like when these creatures roamed the land, sharing the landscape with early humans. It's awe-inspiring to see the deep history woven into every rock and ridge of this incredible park. As I stand here watching the sun dip behind the mountains, the journey's ups and downs come rushing back to me. Torres del Paine isn't just about breathtaking landscapes. It's a place with a wild spirit that challenges you, surprises you, and keeps you yearning for more. If you've enjoyed this glimpse into Patagonia, don't forget to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to join me on more adventures from the wildest corners of the globe. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and adventure aloud.